Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Spoiler Alert. This is HCC 788,
And Miss Feral Cat.
and we are continuing our exploration of the Minecraft Bedrock Anarchy server 2B2E. And we are again walking along the highway at X0 and in the Z positive direction. And we found another big wall.
Yes, it's one of those pyramid walls again.
And this is a biggin.
Yes, it is.
So we do explore this one, and it's very much like all of the others. It's not different in its construction.
You went under it.
I went under it,
Yeah.
just to see. But we did also go to the top of it. And this one, the only thing exceptional about it is it's really large.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So why don't you hurry up a little bit, huh? Why don't you just walk a little bit faster, huh?
Well, you got to give me a minute. I got to get the energy up. I got to get the rhythm, the mojo.
The mojo. Like, when that mojo kick in, huh? When that mojo kick in. It's tall, and we're both going to go up to the top of it. These, even though they're still basic structures, we still find them interesting enough usually to check them out.
Most of the time we do explore them, so.
There you go.
There you go.
Go a little faster. Go a little faster.
Just a little faster.
Okay, Ivory Magus is playing to reach 3 million XY, so good luck. And here we are at the pinnacle, and I'm playing for the Putang.
Taken by God.
Yeah, God 660, what was that? 307, whatever.
Something.
It's one of the gods in the high thousands.
Yeah.
See, there are many gods, and the higher ones are just not quite as important. There's a bridge of ender chests.
Yes. I considered going out there, but then I thought there's really nothing there, just a pillar.
But since we were up here, I wanted to place a sign on top of that sign, and I was out of signs. Yeah. So I was going to place a crafting table right here.
Oh, no, you're not. You are not going to place a crafting table right there. And why is that?
Because we are at the build limit.
Yes.
I mentioned in a previous video that we ran into a wall that it was at the build limit. I was mistaken. This is the one. I could not place anything on the top of that sign.
Nope.
But I did craft some signs, and I made one of my own.
Yeah. Because we put signs everywhere.
So this was taken by God66037 with love. And then there was taken by HCC788 and Miss Feral Cat with love.
With our own love.
Yeah.
Oh, here I go. Here I go.
Speed demon. You're the Flash. You're the Flasher.
Flash something.
Yeah. That's why they call you the Streak. So, as you can see, we're at 80,000 and we are headed up. And our goal for this journey is, at least this part of the journey, is to get to 90,000.
Yep. But
we do spot a few things along the way.
Yes, we do. Somebody dropped a bed, so I snatched it because I'm the bed snatcher.
Yeah. So I think that was a gift. Somebody meant that for you, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. They had me in mind.
Yeah. Somehow they knew you would pass by there.
Speaking of having me in mind in regard to beds, one of our subscribers gave me a shulker full of beds.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're
Thank-
not going to run short on
No,
beds.
no. Thank you again for the shulker full of beds, one in every color.
Yes.
It's fabulous.
We have subscribers to thank for a number of things. It's maybe a little early to jump into all of that right now because this was recorded well before that happened. But for those of you who know who you are, you know who you are. And so thank you, and I look forward to showing some of that stuff in future videos. We're still working through our back catalog of videos that haven't been edited yet.
Yeah. Yeah, these were recorded a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And life got busy.
Well, we went on vacation.
Yeah.
You know, we went on vacation and you're busy working and I'm in school.
We did record a video from our most recent trip. So we were wanting to edit that together and kind of show you what we did. It was fun, but also exhausting.
Yes. It was a very long drive.
Very.
But
it didn't leave us a lot of time to play.
No. I don't think we played at all.
Yeah,
while we were gone.
We talked about it. We tried to, but you know what we really needed to do is nap.
So that's what we did.
Yeah.
We did manage to fit in a nap.
Yeah, that was difficult enough just to find some time for the old people to sleep.
Mm-hmm. March 29th, 2024, 1924.
No.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yes, I did.
Way back in 1924, in the year of our Lord.
Oh.
All right. So anyway, Back to the Future. All right, rocking and rolling. So we are zipping past some of this part that is just walking along a single row across the ocean. If we spotted anything, we would include it in the video.
Yeah.
We have found some things in the ocean before, but on these occasions, we did not.
Yeah, it's just walking along a single strip in the ocean, and there is literally nothing to see. But you can see that there's nothing to see.
You can see there's nothing to see.
Just fast.
I like the idea of chronicling and preserving this highway in videos, but some of it just isn't. There's nothing to see.
Yeah.
But here's something to see.
There is something. A spider.
Yeah. Oh, he got you.
Yeah, I did.
He got you.
And I got him. Big creeper hole there. Those are identifiable.
Yeah. And here is something that's been wrecked. Well, it was either wrecked or it was unfinished.
Or maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It does look unfinished, but it also looks bombed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's a hole in the ground over at the other end.
Yeah.
And now the monsters are spawning. I can see skeletons.
Yeah, several creepers.
Creepers and...
There's so many creepers.
Yeah. But, hey, here's a stair step down. Probably just goes to a mine.
Yeah.
But, we got to check it out anyway.
Of course.
I'm hoping someday to find the long missing Union leader, Jimmy Hoffa.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
Maybe.
So we got to check it out.
You never know unless you look.
That exactly.
So
he could be down there.
Uh-huh.
Nobody knows where he is. But usually it's just a mine.
Yeah. We don't find very many things in these places. We have found beds before.
Yeah, we've found a little bit, but not usually very much. I mean, some place like this, if there was anything, will have been looted before.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Sometimes we'll find a little bit of ore exposed and dig that out, keep it.
Oh yeah. Don't pass up an opportunity to get some iron.
Yeah, we like free stuff.
Yeah,
So-
and we're close enough to. This is still considerably close to spawn.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 80,000 blocks out, but players have to go way farther out than that to be really safe and secure. So
Yeah.
this is still reasonably close to spawn. And you never know, there could be something hidden down there. There could be a hidden stash. Not likely, but it's possible.
Oh, look, iron.
Yeah,
See?
speaking of which, there you go.
Yeah. I was just talking about that.
Iron is useful.
Yeah.
You never really have too much of it. I feel bad about building iron farms because it involves killing
murdering
iron golems.
Yeah.
And that's like killing a mockingbird.
Yeah. And then and then in the chest you have a bunch of iron, yes, but you also have a poppies.
Yeah.
Which is a reminder of how savage you are
Yeah.
in order to get the iron.
Yeah, so I have mixed feelings about it. I do like the iron though, but you have to get it with cruelty.
Yeah, slaughter some. Oh, no, Jimmy Hoffa.
Not this time,
No,
sad face.
Not this time.
I did look though. Someday I'm gonna find Jimmy Hoffa down in one of these.
Someday. Gotta keep looking.
Yeah.
It's got a goal.
The one time I don't look, he'll be down in that
Of course.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be
Yeah.
in the one that I don't look in.
Yep. He'll be cemented into a pillar or something.
That's right. Wearing his concrete galoshes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we had all the fun we could stand out of this. So now it's time to get back on the trail. But hey, this is it's a build. It's used to be somebody's base and somebody's mine,
Yeah.
and
so go check
we
it
don't
out.
know who it belonged to. But now it is recorded for posterity.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe that should be the nickname for our audience, posterity.
Posterity.
Yep. It's posterity watching posterior.
Watching my posterior.
All right, here we go again.
Yeah.
Crossing an ocean. This would be faster in a boat, but that's not the point.
Yes, it would. But not well. Now it's much faster.
Yeah.
Because
You, yeah, you drank in a couple extra cups of coffee, and you went to hyperactive.
Yeah. Thanks for the boat. I guess somebody had left a boat and somebody else stole it.
Yeah. Well, there are boats all over the place. So
Yeah, there are.
That's not surprising.
Yeah. Boats are not hard to come by.
Yeah, you really do see them left around all over the place.
Yeah.
They're pretty cheap to make, so like if you don't need the boat, you're not really losing much by leaving it behind. Yeah, there's a little thing out there. That's exactly. See, you're pointing it out to me, and you never know. These are the kind of things that you have to check out.
Yeah.
It may be nothing, but sometimes it's something.
Yeah. See, HCC and I sit next to each other when we're playing. So oftentimes I will use my sword hand to point at something. Even though he may not be able to see it in the game, but he can sometimes see it on my computer screen next to him.
Yeah. I can glance over at your screen and see what you're pointing at.
Yeah. That was nothing.
Yes, that was nothing.
Yeah. But we have found stuff before.
Yeah,
so.
no Jimmy Hoffa there either.
No.
But we had to check. You never know. You don't know unless you check.
Yeah.
Also, a chest, that's something that we like to find. It's in a location like this, it's almost certainly looted. But
Yeah, but it's a good place for trash.
yes,
So.
yeah, good point. Yeah, and she just dropped a sign for me because I use the signs.
Yes, you are the sign
And
keeper.
for some reason, I'm not picking it up. There we go. There I go. I don't think I saw it when you dropped it.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
It didn't register.
Just a reminder, those tall pillars that have nether portals at the top, we have nicknamed those jalopies.
Jalopy.
And we don't usually check them out unless we have a specific reason to.
Yeah, like earlier I checked one out because I saw a crafting table up there, and I saw something up there that inspired me to run up there and check. So
Speaking of boats,
more
it's like
boats.
5 boats there. Mm-hmm. Building across those last 2 oceans sucked. I'll bet. That was really far.
Yeah.
So thanks to whoever did it.
And you're leaving a sign.
Yeah, well, you gave me one.
Yeah.
And I'm typing and probably misspelling it. There we go.
Thanks for doing it.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. It made it, a little safer.
Yeah, the highway is extended.
Yes, it is.
Random wood block. Another random wood block.
I imagine at one point they were pillars, or they were posts for torches or something,
And we have an igloo.
Yes.
And there's nothing. Well, I mean, I guess there's a little bit in it. Obviously, there's snowballs and a redstone torch and some glowstone. Not things we usually carry on us.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of thing. I mean, there's obviously been some activity here, so we're gonna take a peek at it. Yeah.
And sometimes there are things in the igloos, so that's something you want to check out.
Yeah. And we carry on. We're trying to make it to 90,000 in this video, and we've not made it very far yet.
No.
But we have found a few things to check out. That makes it take longer.
Yes.
But
yeah, we're here for the experience.
Yes.
So and the ruins and the loot. So
blank sign.
yes, a blank sign.
Yeah, we're doing this to see what we can see. And most of the time, we see the sea.
There's lots of sea.
Yeah.
Another boat.
Another boat, yeah. Just random boat.
Yeah, I've always wondered why when people are building the highway, they just go through a tree and they leave part of the tree.
That's a choice.
Yeah,
it's a choice.
It's an interesting choice.
Not a choice that I make. Sometimes I'll just go ahead and break that last log for the wood.
He likes wood.
Yeah, I like wood. I like getting wood as often as I can.
Who doesn't like wood?
Oh, hey, you just got wood.
I did.
and seeds.
Yeah, I got wood and seeds.
Yeah. That's filthy.
You dirty
Shame on
boy. You. Do it again.
So we've tunneled through, and now look. What can we see? We see the sea.
We see the sea.
Yeah.
Yes. And the sea sees me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lone crafting table.
Yeah. And whatever that is. I think that was rotten flesh out there.
Yeah.
And you're going...
Look at me running. I'm running so fast.
You went straight to ludicrous speed.
Well, we're covering a lot of ground really quickly.
Yeah. We're making progress. 90K and more random abandoned boats.
Yeah, more boats and some sand.
Yeah.
This
looks like this was freshly dug out.
It did, yes. Yeah, as you can see.
Yeah, lots of the material is still floating there.
Yeah, it comes in handy though. So,
Oops,
see?
hello.
Got some iron.
Isn't that ironic?
Let's get some iron. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, free stuff. That's awesome.
I love getting easy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you like it easy.
I do.
So we're gonna wrap up this series on the highway pretty soon. We have a target that we're gonna try to hit. In fact, we're not gonna try to hit it. We do in fact hit it.
Yes.
But there are other types of videos that we want to do. We've talked about that several times, and we've recorded other types of videos. We just got to get done editing.
Yeah.
So this series will be over pretty soon. We may do more of the highway in the future, or a different direction.
Yes, we've talked about doing the highway in other directions. So,
but there is a lot more to do in this world, and one of those things is to mine some iron.
Yep, gotta get some more iron.
You got so much iron. Why don't you iron my clothes?
If you want your stuff ironed, you can get another girlfriend, an additional girlfriend. See someone who can iron your clothes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would be cool with that.
Get an iron girlfriend.
Get another. Yeah.
Let's see. What's that recipe? Is some iron blocks and a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
And something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Ludicrous speed. There are these tiny islands along here.
Yeah.
Most of the time, not really much to see. We're getting reasonably far out, but you'll notice that when we run across builds, they're still griefed. They're still not intact.
Yes, we have not come across anything that's untouched. So.
Yeah, so this is pretty far out. It seems very far out, but it's not far out enough that people aren't going to find it and break it. And we see something over there, and you're pointing, and we see these jalopies here, but we also see some doorways and some torches. So we're like, hey, okay, hang on.
Yeah, so I got in a boat. For some reason, my swimming is just slow. So I often will boat in short distances, even though it would make more sense to swim. But the game is so weird here. And my swimming is super slow, and I've not been able to figure out why.
Well, you found a ladder.
I did.
So that's a little bit of a hidden thing.
Yeah, let's see. Got my trusty bucket in case I fall. Let's see what we got here.
Yep. So a ladder, that's something that hey, that's an entryway to something. That's somebody's pathway to who knows what.
Yep. With a crafting table.
There's a cauldron. Glass, and there's that that oval rail.
Yeah,
it's an ovular rail.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it just ovulates.
Yeah, I don't. What is that like? I don't do that anymore.
I wouldn't know exactly, but judging from the rail, I guess you just go around and around in circles.
Yeah. It's a cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. Good way to put it.
That was a really dumb joke.
No, that was great. A little garden down here. So, somebody lived down here at some point.
Yeah, they did. They had a melon. I like melons.
Yeah, me too. Especially in pairs.
For some reason, I thought I was going to find a bed down here. I don't know why. Like, I was really thinking, ooh, there's a bed. There could have been a bed there. It was a spot big enough for a bed.
Yeah. I mean, call it your fifth sense, call it extra perspiration.
Call it ESPN.
Yeah, call it ESPN. This is a mine. This is someplace where somebody just dug out some resources. And who knows how far it goes. It could go like ridiculously far.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what we tend to do is what you're doing right here. If we run into an area that looks like just a natural cave that has not been used by anyone, has not been modified or explored by another player, then there's not really a great reason to check it out. We're trying to find player activity.
Yeah.
And there just isn't any here.
Yeah. It's just a mine. And I want to take my torches back. I was feeling stingy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, this is a big tunnel that isn't used by anybody anymore, and you use your resources to light it up.
Yeah.
You see Bedrock there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what would be funny is if we played Bedrock while drinking Java.
I think we've done that before.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We have played Bedrock while drinking Java.
Yeah. I think that breaks all the rules of the game.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Can you do both at once? Yes, you can.
Well, I've kind of explored around the other direction while you were looking over there, and I think we have this pretty well explored now.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
And it's, we're going to head back up here in a minute. But hey, you know what? You know what we need first?
More iron.
That's right.
We need more iron. Can't have too much iron.
Yeah, you got a fever, and the only cure is more iron.
I'm anemic. No. Not really.
You need a little more blood in your iron stream.
Yeah.
So, yeah, explored. It's a mine.
Yeah.
It is exactly what it looks like.
It is easy to get lost. So, a lot of times when we have these extensive mines, we will explore within, fairly close to where we get in, but we don't go too far because it is easy to get lost.
Yeah.
You can see me whenever I get really close to HCC or go through him. You see like red lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because he was playing around right there.
Yeah, right there.
It's clear as day.
Yeah, in future videos, you will see the custom skin that I was working on.
Yes, he was working on his custom skin, but at this point, the design was on the inside of his skin.
Yeah, and that, I didn't feel like messing with it right then because we were exploring the highway.
Yeah,
but I did fix it, which you will see.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, well that's explored. Oh my God, it's Jimmy Hoffa! Oh no, it's just me.
It's just you.
I thought I found him.
Just you.
I thought I found him, but it's just me.
Getting on a boat because I can't swim worth shit. Apparently.
Well, you can swim.
I can't.
You're just slow.
I don't know what it is. Like, it works just fine on a single player server or in the realm, but for some reason, it's challenging here.
Yeah.
We're at 84,000.
And
speed walking.
Yep.
Speed walking.
That's an Olympic sport, you know.
It is.
And it's the end of the highway.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. And we got to put up a sign.
Yeah.
Got to put up a sign. Got to mark our territory. HCC has to piss on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to leave my mark. Yeah. Got to leave my scent, as I do really everywhere. So for historical purposes, we got to show where the highway ended on this date.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm watching his back because I'm a great girlfriend.
Yeah, it helps to have a really strong girlfriend. We did not extend it here. I think we were. We didn't have a lot of
resources.
Yeah, resources. And you found a shipwreck.
Yes. Yeah. It didn't yield anything though.
No.
No. But it's still worth checking because you never know. Davy's locker might be down there.
Yeah. You never. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not Jimmy Hoffa. He
No.
wouldn't have. No, he wasn't a sailor.
No. No. If you find Jimmy Hoffa, it's going to be in a wall or something.
Yeah. There was a rumor that he was buried in the Meadowlands.
The Meadowlands.
Yeah, at the Giant Stadium.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I heard the rumor that he was buried in a stadium, like the wall, the concrete pillar or something, which is why I keep referencing that.
They looked for him. They didn't find him. Probably not a Giants fan.
No, probably not. End of highway.
Question mark.
Yep.
Well, if he's not a Giants or a Jets fan, that would be the place to bury him if you're really pissed off at him. It's like, oh, we're going to put you in the stadium of the team that you hate.
Yes, force him to participate in all their home games.
That's it, yeah. Genius.
It's like, it's the ultimate fuck you.
Yeah. And that's why you don't mess with the mob.
Yeah.
All right, we're speedboating now.
Yes. We are in a boat.
Yep. And we're past 85,000.
Mm-hmm.
So we are approaching our goal.
I stopped boating because I was like, ooh, an opportunity to type into chat.
Yeah. Yeah, when you log off, do you log back in at the same spot?
Yeah.
You said yes, and Ivory Magna said no.
And then you say something especially clever.
When I log off on the server, I'm on my couch, which is true most of the time.
Yeah.
Look, I don't care if it's dumb. It amuses me.
Well, as long as you're happy.
Yes.
Actually, to save your location before logging out, use Alt F4.
Yeah, someday.
Yeah.
Someday, somebody's going to do it.
Yeah. Well, someday.
Lots of creeper deaths in the chat this time. Yeah, they'll get you.
Not this time.
Not falling for it.
Not falling for
it. Next time.
There's a lot of creeper deaths every time we play.
I think you just picked up a map.
I saw, yeah, we came up on the map, but I couldn't pick it up while we were in the boat.
That's right.
So you had to get out of the boat. Yeah, you had to go overboard and get it. And I don't think it ended up being anything.
Yeah. It did not lead to treasure or anything like that.
No buried treasure. No Jimmy Hoffa. No netherite armor.
Yeah. Nothing cool. And land ho.
Land ho?
You're going around. Yeah, this is a lot of this session, and we talked about this when editing it. Like, how much of this do we want to leave in? And you do zip past some of it.
Yes.
There's another boat.
Yeah.
But this is the reality of this journey. This is what it's really like. Yeah. So we don't want to cut out too much.
Yeah.
Because we want you to really see it for what it is.
I edited this one a little different than I have in the past. Before, talking, because what we do is we record while we're playing, and then we will later do the voiceover. Mm-hmm. So for this one, we watched it and I edited it, and then we're doing the voiceover.
Right.
So Yeah, I wanted to try to cut it down a little bit because this is a long one.
It is, and yeah, this was a little bit more efficient for us, and
Yeah.
yeah, it helped us kind of figure out, all right, how much of this do we want to include, and how much do we want to skip. But we still included most of it.
We did. Yeah, I didn't cut it down very much.
And I will add that Marianne deserves the credit for editing. She is the editor on these. She learned to edit to do these videos. She's picked it up and she's done a great job.
Well, I'm in school for graphic design, and because I'm in school for graphic design, I have a a subscription for Photoshop, Illustrator, Adobe Premiere, things like that, and it's required for school. And so I have the video editing software, and I was always very intimidated by it. I was like, oh, I want to learn how to do this, but I'm so nervous to do it. Well, I just, dove in I edited our very first video.
Yes, you did.
So I was like, well, I wanted to take some of the work off of HCC. And so I just dove in and started editing and figured out the program pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Thankfully. Self-taught. Yes, I'm self-taught.
but you're doing great.
Thank you.
I have done a lot of editing of a lot of different videos, but I use different editing software to do it. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of learning at the same time you're learning, because this is a new one to me as well.
Yeah.
But these are edited by Ms. Farrellcat. She is doing it.
Yeah. And I am ahead of the game for one of my classes next semester. I'm taking, my brain just escaped. One of the classes I'm taking in the fall requires us to learn how to use this program.
Yeah.
Well, I already know how to use it. So
yeah.
Where's my A, damn
That's
it?
Right. Yeah, you can demonstrate that you can edit full videos.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, you've got a few new techniques and everything, so yeah, you got it, but yeah, we do still have a few more to edit, as I mentioned, but we have some fun stuff coming up. Some hopefully really fun stuff coming up that is just a different flavor.
Yes. So we've mentioned in a previous video about a Spawn video.
Yes.
That is coming up soon.
It is.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
Yeah. I've actually already done the video. I'm just in the process of editing.
That's right. Yeah. So for the first time on this channel, you will see what Spawn looks like on this server.
Yes. Yep. And HCC eliminates me in violent fashion.
That was fun.
Yeah.
You were going to have all the fun at Spawn. I had to have just a little bit of fun.
I don't know about that. Oh, shit can get really high depending on how far you can throw.
Yeah, somebody was saying it is high as shit.
Yeah.
I assume that's what 300 meters.
Right? You just assumed.
I assume that's what he meant. I don't know. I can't think of anything else that he would mean.
Right. So then you two banter back and forth about throwing, like...
A lot of shit throwing tonight.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing it's figurative shit, not literal shit.
This time.
Yeah, there's always next time.
All right, so here we are traveling on foot without a path.
Yep, because there's no highway. We had to make our own way.
And it's a little tedious.
It is.
Local man launches shit. I do like Ivory Magnus's sense of humor. He just rolls with it, and I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, get that shit 301 meters.
Oh, nicely done, Burrex. All right, so yeah, so we got mountains to climb and all that.
No shit. No, the shit's gonna hit the fan.
So yeah, while you're trying to do serious stuff like find a path around these mountains, I'm over here in the chat saying
Shooting the shit.
Yeah, shooting the shit. So okay, here we go again. So we're getting back on the path, and we are closer to 90,000, but we're actually not all that close.
No, as you can tell, there's still quite a bit of video left, and we're less than 3,000 blocks away. It's like, gee, I wonder what goes on.
Yeah, we haven't actually covered a lot of ground here in the last few minutes.
No. Climbing mountains is hard work.
Yes.
We were talking while we were playing, and someday I would love to do what other players have done and just bust through the mountain.
Yeah.
To extend the highway. I think that would be really nice, make it easier to get through. Yeah.
I would like to make it 3 blocks wide instead of 1 block wide, but I don't know if these people deserve it. Do you think they deserve it?
I don't know. Whenever we get to a point where we're like, man, we're getting bored. Fuck this server.
Yeah.
Let's go blow some shit up.
I'm not sure these people deserve luxury lanes on their highway.
Right. They can take their square asses through the 1 wide block.
That's right.
You know?
If they start misbehaving, I may take away the 1 block they already have. So you gotta watch yourself.
Right. Watch your shit.
And here we're trying to make this interesting, but this is just overland travel.
Yeah.
Which we've done many, many times. But there's no actual highway to see here.
No.
But we are determined to make it.
Yes. Yeah, we got to make it to 90. We're so close.
We're close-ish.
Close-ish. If there was a highway, we would have been there already.
That's right. So really, this is the fault of whomever didn't finish the highway.
I know. What the hell? What's wrong with you people?
Probably,
this should have been done by now.
Probably that guy who said that building over those last 2 oceans sucked.
Probably. Yeah, he probably left and never came back. Fuck this shit.
Yeah. Well, hey. Did he ever consider our convenience? Did he ever think about that at all?
Does anybody? Oh, no, a couple people did, because we just got a whole bunch of kits.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And a bunch of beds and stuff to make a lava cast. Yeah. Which we got to do.
Yes. Again, thanks to those who shared some stuff with us. Yeah, that was really cool.
Hooked us up with some goodies.
That's one of the reasons why I want to finish editing these videos so we can get to some of the newer stuff.
Yeah.
We did this like quite a while ago.
I was looking for you. I couldn't find you. So I kept going back, like, where the hell did he go?
I'm over there.
And then I saw your gamer tag way down there. Checking out the field of sunflowers.
Yeah, I was sniffing the flowers.
Mm-hmm. Smelling the roses.
Yeah, I was well, I didn't type anything in the chat just then, but I was probably thinking about it.
Probably.
So that's why I was running a little behind. Lots of creepers down there.
Yes, there are.
I'm up here not wanting to get blown up. That would be inconvenient.
Yeah, so close to the marker, which has happened a few times.
Yeah, we've already done that. We've shown you what
Look
that's
at that
like.
creeper
Yeah.
going up the water. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that creeper was going up the waterfall.
Yeah. What an asshole.
No. Let's just make it even harder on us.
So this is a little dugout area in a cave.
Yeah.
And so this looks like it was somebody's temporary base. I'm breaking that trap door because we have trouble with trap doors.
Yeah, they cause you to glitch.
And here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, oh wow. that was trippy.
You were inside me
Yeah.
for a split second.
Yeah. Hey, that's longer than usual.
I wasn't going to go there. I wasn't going to go there. I'm glad you did it yourself.
You know what? Why don't you just pay attention to your Minecraft? You pay attention to your game. Oh, I got over that one.
Okay, I can
All right,
breathe.
yeah,
You took
yeah.
my breath away.
Yeah. One of these days, you're gonna die laughing. It's gonna be ruled a homicide.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, just looking around. Of course, you know what this is. Of course,
Yeah.
I know what this is. Of course, everyone knows what this
Say
is.
you!
Say you! That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty sure this didn't yield anything.
Yeah, but again, you gotta check it out.
Yeah.
These are more fruitful than the jalopies.
Yeah, they are.
The platforms that just go to a nether portal, they usually just have the nether portal. And the nether portal usually just goes to a random spot in the nether. So,
Yes. And sometimes they're trapped.
yes,
So,
yes, sometimes it goes to death.
yes.
This is an abandoned mine shaft. These are also structures that tend to be already looted.
Yeah.
So I think we've yet to find anything in an abandoned mine shaft.
I don't think we've actually really explored one.
Not all the way.
Yeah. At our second base, we did find one, and we started to explore it, but you died. And so I was like, well, fuck it. And then I just... pretty sure it was a creeper that
Yeah.
got you. It's always a creeper.
Usually.
It's always a creeper.
So yeah, I think we're close to being done with this one. This looks
Yeah.
like all of the others. It is a standard mine.
Yeah. I do. Even though they most often don't yield anything, I do like exploring them. It's part of the process.
Yeah.
So you're looking for Jimmy Hoffa. I already
Yeah.
know what you're doing.
Yeah, trying to find him. I feel good about this one. I feel Jimmy Hoffa in my colon. I can feel it
Feel him
deep
in your
inside.
colon.
Deep inside, I can feel it. But yeah, this video series, not only just to be fun for us, is to record the server as we explore it. I don't know how much bang we get for the buck on these mine explorations, but we have occasionally found something. I don't know that we've found a lot on this series, but in the past we have found things in
Yes.
mines.
Yes, and not just in mines, but just general exploration. We have found some really cool stuff. So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
This may be boring for the audience, and that fits because I'm a very boring person. But there is a purpose to this, so we're still checking them out.
it's also informative, I think. You know, for anyone who's curious about the server, this is a way for them to see what's going on and how it is without, dying, because you're gonna die. You're gonna die
Yeah,
in here.
It happens.
It's gonna happen. There's no way around it.
So on these videos, on this series, we have the coordinates showing. So somebody could come along to these coordinates. You could take over this mine.
Yeah.
It could be yours. This mine could be yours.
Yes, it is ripe for the taking.
You can come up and say, this mine is mine.
This mine is mine. What's mine is mine. And what's yours is mine.
So yeah, it is still part of the history of the server. It's maybe not as exciting as a big base above ground, but it's still here. And if you're interested in looking for resources, this is someplace you can look.
Absolutely. Yep. And you might find something that we missed.
That's right.
So, because we don't do a lot of digging, we just explore what's already dug out.
Right. Yeah, we kind of use some teamwork. You go one way, I go the other way, and we try to cover a lot of ground that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I still would like to try recording from both points of view.
Yes, that is something we've talked about, and we will do that in the future. That is not in one of the upcoming videos. We haven't gotten around to that. We need to do that.
Yes, we do.
We've been talking about it. We haven't got around to it. We need to do it.
I'll keep nagging you.
Yeah, good.
How about that? I'll start nagging.
That works.
So this is what you do. You get into the comments and you start nagging HCC. We want to see your point of view. We want to see your point of view. And then I'll have to do it. See?
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's what the fans want.
Yeah. Nagging works.
Yes, it does. That's what my mama used to say.
Well, here we are back in daylight at this, whatever this used to be.
Yeah.
The cave section was like a little mini base, and there are a few other blocks here and there.
Yeah, okay, so I'm getting some wool. I always get wool for beds, but then I got a banging shulker full of beds, and I don't need to do this anymore.
You put banging and beds together. I think we know what you do with them.
Yeah, oh yeah. Banging beds.
Well, this is, I think we've explored this fairly thoroughly, and I think we're about to move on. We're still just a couple thousand blocks away from 90,000.
I do remember that we talked about going up that waterfall and changed our mind because a creeper was up there.
Right, yeah, we saw the creeper climb the water.
Yeah, we're like, nah, fuck that, let's just move on.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, they got a little garden here. This looks like the back entrance to that base, or it used to be.
Yeah, you go in through the back. You like to go in through the back.
Yeah. I entered through the rear.
You entered through the rear.
Yeah. This is family-friendly show. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I went through the back door of that little base.
Yes, you did.
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't mean anything. You went through the back door.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so less than 2,000 blocks away from our goal.
Yes.
And lots of distractions so far. So yeah, you just pointed at this tunnel.
Yep. Which is higher up than most of the other highway tunnels, and this isn't even on the highway,
right.
So.
But at least we don't have to climb this mountain.
Yeah.
There's a witch.
Yeah.
You know what I think is not fair is the monsters that don't burn up in the sunlight. That's not fair.
Yeah. So then we got to deal with them.
Yep. Nail that. Nail that.
I missed. It's hard to hit them when they keep moving. Die. 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 Got her.
And yeah, and you did not get the slowness.
I didn't.
Weakness. So that's.
I got her, but she didn't get me.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so carrying on.
Yeah. We're trying. We're really trying.
Yeah.
It's a slog.
This looks like pretty untouched territory here. There are no bases over here. This is just forest, some hills. You may be tempted to build out here, but again, that build that we just looked at had been griefed. So
Yes.
this is not far enough out to be safe.
No, it is not safe. Yeah. So now, unless you dig out the mountain and put your base inside the mountain.
Yeah. And even though there's not a highway here, it is close to X0. So it's right on the axis. This is the path that people looking for things are most likely to take. So you'll definitely be found here.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Our first base was found pretty quickly, and we were off. We were close enough to spawn, but we were off the path.
Right.
But it was, and yeah, that's going to be a whole other video. We're going to talk about our first base and how we, the lengths we went to try to hide it.
Yeah.
That failed, by the way.
We have some special plans for that first base, but I don't want to spoil it. That's a spoiler alert, I know, but this one, it's too early to spoil that one.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil that one.
But it should be fun.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I just want to get to 90,000.
I know. I just want to get there. What the hell?
You ever on a long trip and like you're enjoying the journey up to a point, and then you reach that point where, no, I just want to be there.
Right? It's like, okay, this isn't fun anymore.
Yeah. Now it really is about the destination, not the journey.
Yeah. Somebody just got some wood.
In the game.
In the game.
Floating tree, broken portal, some dirt.
Yeah,
which
that
looks suspicious.
It looked suspicious, so I started digging it.
Yeah,
I didn't find anything. I don't think.
But it still looks suspicious.
Yeah.
Those dirt blocks either had been placed recently, or there was something on top of them that was removed recently. So
Yeah. So I decided to dig, and I've found things in areas like that before. So yeah, I will dig.
It's the kind of it's a way that somebody might try to hide something.
Yeah.
So we mentioned before that playing this in vanilla without hacks, without X-ray vision and all that, to find things you have to be a bit more of a detective. You got to keep your eye out for anything unusual.
Yes. That looks like a really good place to try to hide something.
Yeah.
Just fill that in and make it look like the mountain's closed there, but behind there is,
Yeah.
So.
It's a wicked cool looking cave.
Yeah.
So this terrain generation is from a version of Minecraft that was before you started playing. So we talked about this quite a bit when we were first on the server, is how this terrain generation looked.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, it was a bit different from what you're used to.
I didn't start playing Minecraft until January 2023.
Yeah, it's very recent.
Very recent. Yes.
But she's already better than I am.
I don't know about that.
Like, I can't even make that stupid jump.
But so yeah, I'm not used to this weird terrain.
Yeah, I do remember when mountains looked like this. It was not as realistic as it is now, but it was interesting. You never knew what kind of weird shape a mountain would take. And we're in another forest.
Yeah, and we're almost 89.
Yes, 1,000 blocks to go.
There we go. 89,000.
1,000 blocks doesn't sound like a lot, but
it is when you got to climb a mountain.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It took us quite a while to traverse the last 1,000 blocks. So.
Yeah. Here's another jalopy.
Yep.
Pretty sure we didn't waste our time going up there.
Yeah. At some point, we will show the Nether in this series on this channel, but so far we haven't shown No, we did show you the nether a little bit in the video where we
Briefly.
died.
Yeah. In the video where you died.
Yes.
Yeah, where you fell over the edge.
Yes, let me stand corrected. Where I died.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't like shown you very much of the nether. We will, but right now we're just exploring the overworld.
Yeah.
And look at that. Could there be anything down there?
I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. Some thunder.
Thunderbolts and lightning.
Let's see.
It's
nope. It's some resources.
The treasure is iron.
It's iron. Yes.
We're still stopping to explore things. At this point, like I know at this point I'm like I want to get there. I'm tired. I want to hit our goal, but we still can't help ourselves. If we see something worth exploring, we check it out.
Yeah, we can't help it.
And I think at that time I needed some more coal and it was there, so I just took it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're here to explore, so we're gonna stop. Except on the jalopies. We don't explore those.
Well, one of these times maybe we should, just to show you what we mean by like, okay, this is what you can expect to see on one of these.
Yeah. Yeah, we should probably check it out.
I think it would be a good idea to do specifically a nether exploration video, and that would be a good time to do that, I think, to go a little bit more in depth in the nether. We've been there quite a bit. We traveled the nether a lot.
Yes.
We just haven't recorded any of it.
Yep.
800 blocks.
We're getting there. I'm not going to say we're close because it's still so far away. And there's a creeper. Fuck that. I'm sure it saw me. Yeah. I think I remember you telling me it was following me.
Yeah. So I'm behind you saying, just go, just run.
Keep going, just run.
Keep moving. And
there we go.
Come on, go faster. Like I'm trying to will us to go faster because I'm like, please, 90,000.
It's so close. And Dark Oak Forest, because why not?
Yeah, it's your favorite.
I love it. It's my favorite ever. No sarcasm.
We don't end the series at 90,000, but that's the goal for this video.
Yes.
As we want to get to 90,000. We're trying to do 10,000 blocks per video exploring this highway. We haven't always done that because we stopped for special occasions, but in this one we're trying to hit that 10,000 block milestone.
Yeah.
And now it's 500 blocks away.
Yes. And before we started recording videos, we would often go even more in a single play. We would go 20 or 30,000.
Yeah. We've done quite a lot of overground exploration.
Yeah.
And we've gone way more than 1,000 blocks or 10,000 blocks in a go.
Yeah.
But we're trying to do this series in 10,000 block chunks for the most part.
Yeah, because it's more digestible in a video.
Yeah. And these all have to be edited, so it's easier for the editor to digest too.
Thanks.
Come on, it's less than 400 blocks. You can practically see it from here.
Oh. Yeah, there's a freaking skeleton. Their arrows are very strong for some reason.
Yeah, they got overpowered arrows and rapid fire.
Yeah. More sunflowers.
We've come across, not in this exploration, but in others, we've come across milestones that are like in the middle of the ocean.
Uh-huh.
And we always hope that this is not going to be one of those.
Yeah. There's been a few of them
Yeah.
that have been in the ocean. But I saw that pillar and I was like, is that it? No, that's not it. It's not. And I was like, nah, damn it. It's not it.
No. Still a little over 100 blocks to go. We did check that out, though.
We did.
We at least looked down there to see if we could spot anything. There are torches. There are torches down there.
Yeah. But...
yeah, I don't think we went very much farther. We were looking to see if we could see anything other than torches, but that's all we saw. And there was not an easy path down either,
No.
so it looked like whomever was there last just built a pillar to get out.
Probably. One of these days we're going to get struck by lightning. Is that something that can happen in the game? The player gets struck by lightning.
Oh, hey, here we go.
Yeah. More iron.
And yes, you've already found your treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this still doesn't go all the way down.
No.
If we saw anything like a chest or a bed or anything down there, we would have gone down there and checked it.
Yeah.
We didn't.
No, there was nothing. So
I would love it if somebody
Getting
came
your ass
along
beat.
behind us and explored these things, maybe looked for in some areas where we didn't check.
yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
So we challenge you, the viewer, to check out these places we've been.
I would
And-
watch that.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be awesome. We're running like hell because there was a creeper over there.
Yeah. And of course, it has to be nighttime.
Of course.
And we're veering off of X0 right now, but we're also trying to not get blown up.
I don't want to get blown to shit so far far away from our beds.
Yeah, that would be really inconvenient.
Yeah.
About as far away as we could get. But we're almost there.
So close. So close.
So we're about at 90,000, but we're
Yeah.
too far too
X.
far over.
Yeah.
In the X positive direction. So we're gonna have to
Backtrack.
climb.
Backtrack a little bit. Yeah.
Will they make it?
Will they? Or are you gonna find all their inventory floating on the top of on the side of the mountain because they starved to death?
You know, I do have inventory floating around places where I've died. So,
You do, yeah.
You know, you never know. You might run across it somewhere.
Yeah. Well, someone said that they came across one of your graves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that grave will be in a later video.
It will indeed. Mm-hmm. So here it is.
Here it is.
The exact
90,000.
spot.
That is a lame ass marker.
Yeah.
For 90,000.
Come on.
I know. Come
That's
on.
it. It's not even like it's not even complete.
No.
So I have to mark the spot because somebody's gotta.
Yes.
And that will be the end of our adventure. So we checked out a few things. We had a few things to see, but we are not done. We have one more video to go in this exploration.
Yep.
Because we decided we wanted to go to 100,000.
Yep. So we want to go to 100,000, and then from there we do other things.
And you can take bets on whether or not we survive or if we die.
Yep.
There it is. Simple sign. 90K.
Yeah, 90,000.
On June 12th. And this is going up. You should see this well after June 12th. So that shows you how long it takes us to get to these.
Right.
But yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks again for watching.
Thank you.
It's been a lot of fun talking with people and meeting people, and it's been a lot of fun exploring 2B2E.
Yep. And don't forget to like and subscribe.